Hayden, Braden, Jaden, and Caden, you settle down right now. Okay, just like some parents like to give their kids similar sounding names so everyone knows that they're in the same family, the same is true with medications. This fact definitely came in handy in medical school because on day one of pharmacology class, the professor said we have to memorize 800 different medications. And not only 800 different meds, but we had to know the indication, what is the medication used for, what are some common side effects, and what is the mechanism of action? How does the medication work? So this seemed impossible. 800 different meds, you got to memorize 3 things for each medication. What is that? That's 2,400 different facts that we had to learn. It seemed impossible, but I was determined to give it a shot, so I bought a bunch of different 3x5 cards. I'd put the name of the med on the front of the card, and on the back, I'd fill out those 3 different things. But it didn't take long for me to realize, wait a minute, metoprolol, atenolol, bisoprolol, carvedilol, esmolol, what do these all have in common? They all end in lol, and they're all beta blockers. They're all in the same class of medications. These are cardiac meds. They work to slow the heart rate down. They can also be used for blood pressure control too. But by realizing that all the meds end the same way when they're in the same family, it made it a lot easier, so that list of 800 meds soon was a lot shorter. Maybe it was more like 200 or 300 different meds to learn. And it's not just with beta blockers. You've got also lisinopril, captopril, benazepril. These meds all end in ill. They're ACE inhibitors. These are blood pressure medications. And I could keep going on with these all night long. You got omeprazole, pantoprazole, lansoprazole. These end in azole. They're proton pump inhibitors. These are acid suppressing medications that can be used to treat acid reflux. They also help the gastrointestinal tract heal if you have, for example, a bleeding stomach ulcer. And the same is true with antibiotics. You've got, for example, ertapenem, meropenem. They end in penem. These are carbapenem antibiotics. There's a lot of penems, but very strong antibiotics that you use usually for very serious infections with bacteria that are resistant to a lot of the other antibiotics. Now, one caveat to this is that it only really applies to the generic names of the meds. Brand names really don't follow the same pattern. I think brand names are just made for whatever sounds catchy. They don't pay as much attention to trying to keep all the classes of medications together. But anyway, I'm very thankful for the fact that, at least for the generics, we name our medications just like all the Bradens, Jadens, Cadens, and Haydens of the world. They all have the similar sounding name if they're in the same family.